You're listening to the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to make sure you get the latest episodes of the podcast. Be sure to like and share our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. Last but not least, from Group B, let's talk about Afghanistan and talk about their chances in this Champions Trophy. Well, their captain is Hasmatullah Shahidi, and for Afghanistan, they have not won a Champions Trophy. They weren't a part of the 2017 Champions Trophy. The squad that they've selected for this Champions Trophy is as follows: Shahidi, Zadran, Ali Kil, Gurbaz, Atol, Ramat Shah, Omatsa, Nabib, Muhammad Nabi, Karoti, Rashid Khan, Ahmed, Faruqi, Naveen Sadran, and Noor Ahmed. And that's the squad that they've selected for this Champions Trophy, Afghanistan. Now, for Afghanistan, it's their first ever Champions Trophy. They have not played in the Champions Trophy before, but during their successful World Cup in the last couple of years, back in 2023, they were able to qualify for the Champions Trophy. And with Afghanistan, they come into this tournament as one of the dark horses. A lot of people are talking about Afghanistan and could say, you know what, they could make it to the semis. They could even make it to the final. They're one of those teams that people should be aware of. And what we've seen from Afghanistan over the years, probably since the 2015 World Cup, from then until now, I should say, they have shown improvement. They have gotten better. Every tournament they've competed in since 2015 in that World Cup, T20 World Cups and World Cups since then, they have improved. We saw that 2 years ago in the World Cup where they won 4 games. They defeated England, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and the Netherlands in that 2023 World Cup. They nearly took down Australia. But if it wasn't for Glenn Maxwell's 200 and that drop catch from Majib, a short fine leg off Maxwell, it could have been a different story. But they pushed Australia in that match in Mumbai. But if it wasn't for Glenn Maxwell producing one of the best ever comebacks and one of the best innings you'll ever see in one-day cricket's history, it could have been a different story. But with Afghanistan, they've done really well. So the World Cup 2 years ago, very good tournament. Last year in the T20 World Cup, they made it to the semi-finals. Unfortunately, they couldn't defeat South Africa. It was a very challenging surface in that semi-final against South Africa last year. But for Afghanistan, they did well in the Super 8s of that tournament. They defeated Australia, so I suppose they got their revenge after what happened with Maxwell in the World Cup 2 years ago. They got their revenge at the T20 World Cup, defeated Australia in the Super 8 stage, and then they were able to qualify for the semi-finals. So Afghanistan are one of those teams that you can't take them for granted. They're no pushovers anymore in ICC tournaments. They have improved. They've definitely improved under the coaching of Jonathan Trott, one of England's great players. Definitely his influence and mentorship has definitely helped Afghanistan in terms of their development over the few years. Since he's taken over the job, they've gotten better. They've really improved. And they've got match winners. They've got winners who can win, with the bat and with the ball. You've got Gurbaz, who can do well at the top of the order. Ibrahim Sadran, he scored many runs opening the batting for Afghanistan. You've got Muhammad Nabi, who's a veteran. You've got Rashid Khan, who's pretty good, as we know. So they've got players who can perform well and definitely test many teams in this tournament. So for Afghanistan, if they can put it together, get a collected performance together, they can definitely challenge in this Champions Trophy. They can definitely cause some problems. They can definitely, really upset some teams in this tournament. And who knows? They may make it to the semis. They may make it to the final. You never know. They're one of those teams that are unpredictable and you don't know what's going to happen. But they are an improved team. They have improved and they have definitely improved as a cricketing side. So Afghanistan, beware of Afghanistan in this tournament. But they do have a good opportunity of qualifying probably for the semi-finals. Probably them and South Africa maybe in Group B. Australia and England are in different points of their ODI cricket at this stage, out of form, obviously missing players. So Afghanistan will fancy their chances, no doubt, in this Champions Trophy. But we will have to wait and see what happens at the end of this tournament, whether or not Afghanistan had a successful tournament or a tournament that they will be disappointed in terms of their overall performances. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on how Afghanistan will go in this ICC Champions Trophy for 2025. We would love to hear what you have to say.